So let's get rid of this hammer. And you have to make sure that it's in your inventory and not equipped. So if I were to equip this, this hammer, and I click C, I see it's here, I will not see it as an option to deconstruct. And deconstructing is how you are going to get rid of your legendary items so that you can get better ones.
Welcome, my friend.
Alright, so now we're going to look at the Relic Forging because I need to deconstruct this item. Again, this is an older item that I've had. The only one I see currently is the Captain's Emblem that I just got. This is the one I actually want to equip, not the one that I want to get rid of. I need to click the Show Locked because for me, I tend to lock them after I equip them so that I don't accidentally deconstruct them. Deconstruct means it obliterates it. It gets rid of it completely. So the one I want to get rid of is not here because it's in my inventory. So I'll equip something else. Or it's not in my inventory, it's actually equipped. Now it's in my inventory here. I can unlock it. For 6 silver, I'm going to deconstruct. It warns you, click yes, and look, you get runes and some gems, and you can use those for relic forging, and we'll talk about that momentarily as well. That would be getting ahead of ourselves, but notice that when I deconstruct, it gives me a number of runes and settings and gems, and it will give me an item that when I use this, I can apply it to another legendary item, and basically think of it like transferring some of the level of an old item, and it'll transfer it into a new item. And it's in my inventory. You can't sell this. It is bound to account, so the easiest way to do this, to get these, is either looting or I find that my favorite way right now is to actually level a number of items at once, and then when I deconstruct them at high levels, they put a huge amount of points into one of these Heritage Runes, and you can transfer huge amounts of power into a new legendary item. Plus, you get a whole bunch, you get lots and lots more of your relics. So I deconstructed the one I wanted. Let's close this just so you can see I don't have it anymore. It was in my slot 6 here. I can now slot any of the available legendary items here. Notice I only have the one, so I'm going to double click on it. And yes, there we go. I've now equipped it, and I want to give it some of the power from the old one using this Heritage Rune. Now, right now, actually let's go back. Right now I have nothing available to upgrade any of these legacies. So I'll show you how a Heritage Rune will help that process. I double click and it shows me all of the available legendary items that I can apply this to. You'll notice that items that are fully leveled, for example, go back. For example, this guy, I've reached the maximum level, and it actually says max. I cannot apply the Heritage Rune to, only things that obviously I can continue to level up. So this is my new one. I'm going to select it and click apply, and it says, are you really sure you want to do this? And there's a fun little animation. And that's the animation. The sword spinning around you is the animation for your legendary item has leveled up. Also, oh no, that was new mail. I was hoping that it would cause me to reforge. So we'll take a look at that as well. Let's go to the legendary items panel here again, and we can see that that ranked it up to level 8. So I took a level 20 item, deconstructed it, and with the Heritage Rune that it gave me, it brought that item up to a level 8. Now, if you take an item all the way up to 60 and deconstruct it, when you deconstruct it, applying that Heritage Rune to another item, you'll probably get up to levels 40, levels 50 out of 60. So it's a pretty intense process. So I highly suggest leveling them all the way later, especially later on in the game. But I will say that if you wait until after 30, you get to choose one of these legacies to take with you and apply to a new item as well. So we'll take a look at that in a moment. I want to, actually let's take a look at that right now. I want to get rid of this guy. I mentioned that usually I suggest waiting until 60. I'm almost there. Yes, it would be vastly better for me to wait. However, I want to show you this right now. I want to show you how to
Greetings,
reforge an item as well. So let's go back over here.
Welcome, my friend.
Thank you. I'm going to select the higher level one, which is this one, and I'm going to unlock it, and I'm going to deconstruct it. Since it's above a level 30 and above, it doesn't have to be 31, I can choose any of these to take with me. The only downside is it's not going to be at the tier at which it was. It's always going to create a tier 2 version of this legacy. So don't be starstruck by, oh man, I want to take this tier 5 with me. It's always going to come out as a tier 2, so get the one that's most meaningful to apply to another item. So I'm going to grab this focal skill healing. Actually, let me look at the other one, see if there's anything I want to update on there. No, those are pretty good. Well, strength of will effect, I'll get rid of that, and we'll make it focal skill healing, just to show you how to do that. Yes, boom. This is much better. The last one I think was like 1,000 or 10,000 experience points. This is 837,500 experience points that I can apply to an item now, and I will. Also notice that I have high level runes and gems, and I got a lot more of them. I think, don't quote me on this, I think the level is actually based on the level of the item that you have just deconstructed. So I think level 85 items, for example, will have higher tier gems and etc. So I also, because I waited, I also have legendary fragments that will come in very handy. I'm not going to get into those today. It of course gave me the major class legacy focal skill healing. That could be a problem, we'll see in a moment, because there's some uniquenesses with the difference between the major and minor legacies. And then of course here's the rune, and it gave me a scroll of renewal, which will allow me to take all of the spent points and put them back and make them all available again, so that I can change how my weapon acts, which legacies I have leveled up, which is handy. I hold on to a few of them. I toss the rest.